I'm Brody McGinnis. I play on the men's lacrosse team, and you're watching Titan Town Sports.
I'm getting a hemorrhoid, man. We got spring ball next week. Oh.
You know, RJ, we're live.
Oh, my goodness. Well, welcome back to Titan Town Sports. I am RJ Scott. I'm all messed. The mic's all messed up and everything. But welcome back. We're back from spring break. Really glad to see you guys. I am here with my partner, Ken Momeyer. Ken, how are you?
I'm doing well, RJ. Thank you for having me.
Very good. I'm always glad to have you, back on the anchor vibe, to say the least. But we have a lot of good stuff for you guys today. A lot of spring break recap, a lot of things going on with spring sports, some local sports as well. And we also have your favorites, some Dar Huey Trivia as well in there. So we're going to take a moment to look and see what our fellow Titans are doing over spring break, as we have a phenomenal package put together by our team.
The Westminster men's and women's golf team headed to sunny and fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, and the beautiful Paiute Golf Resort for their spring break, right in between the mountain range. Absolutely beautiful views. Great first day of practice. Then we got to go out on the course as well. Look at Kai absolutely mashing this drive. Everyone played fantastic, hit some great bombs out there. And how can you not with this incredible scenery and some extra motivation as well? 20 miles away is a military base, which means you get to see some Black Hawk helicopters flying what seems to be around eye level. And definitely a nice welcome distraction from the golf. You also get to meet some furry friends in the ducklings. They'll happily take any part of the sandwich you give them, the friendliest ducks in the world. After, during the night, we'd head down to the Fremont Street Experience and the Strip. This is on Fremont. See this kid absolutely going off on the drum set. Take a look up top. There they have some very courageous zipliners under this great LED roof. Next day, the famous Las Vegas Strip. Incredible scenes. Look, the Eiffel Tower. And just a fantastic trip overall. See the mountains and the sunset fall over them, and then end the night and the trip in the hot tub. What a great way to have spring break in Las Vegas.
Well, that was a great clip put together by Ben Kelly, as he got to go to Vegas, lucky guy, to go golf, to say the least. But a lot of good things there, got to see a lot of beautiful views, as we got to see there. And, yeah, Ken, what do you... Oh, my goodness, Ken.
Not Ken.
Oh, my goodness, Cody Vetter. We have special guest Cody Vetter here today, as he also went on a spring break trip as well down in North Carolina.
Absolutely, yep.
Indeed, and just tell us a little bit about that, Not
yes.
much familiar.
I mean, it was a great trip. Baseball team went down. We either go Myrtle or Florida. This year was a little bit different. Went down to Cary, North Carolina, played at the USA Training Baseball Complex, which was awesome. Had 8 games down there in a week,
wow.
So it was a pretty busy schedule. Just being down there in the warm weather, obviously it's a little bit chilly up here all the time. Just being down there, it was awesome. And as a senior, it's my last trip, trying to make some good memories, and it definitely did that. So I was excited to be down there.
A lot of memories to be taken away. And speaking of takeaways, what did you see? You as a pitcher, you're in the bullpen and whatnot. What did you see defensively from the team, especially from the pitching? Because we know, or we have a pretty good bullpen, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. I think pitching-wise, we weren't our best, but I think we're making strides towards that. It's tough going down there, playing a lot of games. It's all hands on deck, and defensively, we've been a great team last year. The team was 6th in all of D3 baseball defensively. That continued over the spring trip. Our infield and outfield has been just flawless. Absolutely. I mean, these guys are crazy hands. Some great plays being made all around. As a pitcher, you love to see that. That defense, it means a lot. So defensively, pitching-wise, we're getting there, and I think we're going to be a really good team this year.
And offensively, would you like to speak on that? I heard some records were broken. I heard Logan Marjanovic had a phenomenal, showing down there. What would you say offensively?
Yeah, absolutely. I think our bats saw some good pitching, some good Southern pitching that we haven't seen before. We played a lot of talent down there, a lot of good competition. And some of those Southern teams, man, they're really good. So we swung it. We got some runs going. I mean, we piled up some runs on a couple teams, and I think it was just good to go down and kind of play loose, play free, and be able to score some runs and swings the bat and heading into conference play with a good boost.
Well, speaking, seeing those Southern pitches, someone saw those Southern pitches very well as he broke some records. We have a great interview by Cody Vetter on Logan Marjanovic and his time down in North Carolina. Let's take a look.
Thanks, RJ and Ken. I'm Cody Vetter, your head producer. I haven't been on the camera in a while, but I'm really happy to be joined by my friend, teammate, captain of the baseball team, and starting second baseman, Logan Marjanovic. Logan, thanks for being here.
Of course, absolutely.
So just want to get into this. You had 4 years as a starter here at Westminster. Obviously, your first year, the freshman year, was the COVID year. You get an extra year of eligibility. What makes this place so special, and why did you want to come back for your 5th year this year?
It's a lot of that goes on with decision making and everything. And with the 5th year and all, like the MBA program here, it's pretty solid. It's all online, so it makes it very easy for us as 5th years to actually maintain the academics and baseball part of school and obviously athletics. And honestly, the decision was really my call. My parents were okay with it. I was okay with it, and I just thought it was the right thing for me to do.
So you started your career off as a shortstop here at Westminster, played your first 3 seasons there. You made the transition to second base the last 2 years. Talk to me about that. Was it a little bit difficult to make that transition for you, or you kind of found your spot there?
No, I kind of found my spot there. I mean, coming in, I was also a second baseman in high school as well, so I was also a little new to the shortstop position when I first came in here. But I mean, obviously, I owned up to it and everything. But ever since Coach asked me to move over to second, I was all for it. I mean, whatever helps the team the most, and I'll just do it.
So each year, the Westminster baseball team travels somewhere different for spring break. This year was Cary, North Carolina, as well as Ohio for the last 3 days. Talk to me about that trip. What's so important about that trip? How did
45 guys in a hotel, and you see your teammates walking around, you get to communicate with them a little more. It's a little different in school because everyone's in different dorms and different halls and everything, but once we're on that trip, it's one 45 guy team. This year specifically, we took a bus. Previous years we took planes and stuff, so the bus obviously helps out too because everyone's all in one unit, all in one space, and you just get to talk to everyone a little bit. But the trip is also very important to the rest of the year because that obviously is the start of it. Obviously this year we ain't have the right record of what we really wanted, but I mean at the end of the day I thought we built team chemistry. I thought we came together a little as a unit. So I mean that's the most important thing of that trip in general.
So speaking of the trip, obviously you mentioned not the way you really wanted it to go as a team, but for yourself personally, a couple of records were broken for you, which doesn't happen a lot here at Westminster. You now lead Westminster baseball in runs scored, doubles, and hits. Talk to me a little bit about that. What does it feel to have your name in those record books, and probably a record that won't be broken for a little while?
So obviously, I mean, man, it's awesome. All the work I put in over the years, even started off in T-ball and everything. You have dreams and aspirations to be the best you could possibly be. And I had the opportunity to come in as a freshman and have an opportunity to start early in my career, so that obviously helped a lot. But I mean, also a work ethic type of thing as well. I also held myself to a standard that I wanted to be better. I wanted to be the best out of every Division III baseball player, or whatever it is. And on top of that, it's almost like a lot of people forget that if you go to Division I, II, or III athletics for college, you're part of a 7% that play sports in college. And I think that's one thing that is very important to keep in your mind because you earn your spot to be here. You earn the right to be here as well. So.
Well, Logan, that's awesome. Being your teammate and friend, I mean, I'm super happy for you, and there's not enough congratulations we can give, especially as teammates. And I appreciate you being here with me today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cody.
No problem. RJ and Ken, I'm with Logan Marjanovic. That was a great segment. History here at Westminster. Back to you guys.
What a great segment by Cody Vetter and Logan Marjanovic. He's a great player, Ken. And I mean, speaking of great players, don't you got something to go?
I got something. Speaking of great players, as you said, RJ, Ethan Kurtz, 3-time PAC Newcomer of the Year. Just a freshman. He scored a game-winning goal at Capital University on March 8th. He's known as a hard worker on and off the field, and he's had a fantastic start to his collegiate career so far.
Yeah, and speaking of hard worker, he was the top 1% in his graduating class. I mean, this kid is phenomenal, not only on the field, but in the classroom, too. He was editor-in-chief of his high school newspaper for 3 years, and also the president of the Spanish National Honor Society and the National Math Society. I mean, this kid's incredible. What else can he do?
I know. He's a broadcast and sports communication major as well, so he's one of ours, RJ.
Indeed he is, and I wish he was here today, Yeah. But anyway, speaking of things, we have another segment by some guy named RJ Scott called Prime Cuts. Why don't we take a look at that? Welcome back to another edition of Prime Cuts. I am RJ Scott with my partner Peyton Mel. On today's segment, we will be taking a look at the softball team and their recent endeavors. I talked to head coach Jen Redinger and got some of her perspective after their Florida trip. Let's get into it.
Basically to see kind of where we're at right now. As you know, we graduated 4 last year, and pretty significant graduates with the starting pitching and the PAC Player of the Year graduating. So it was who's going to fill their shoes this year.
With a lot of blood out and new blood in, tournaments are a great way to see where everyone is at, and it also gives you point of views you may have not caught in the off-season workouts, especially with the brutal weather of New Wilmington. How did it pay off for the Titans?
It's great to take a trip like that because it gives you an opportunity to play people in positions and to kind of be in a relaxed atmosphere, non-conference, put it that way. That gives us an opportunity to see them, one, outside, because, it's hard to do that up here in February. But it gets you going for the season, and, we got to see some things as who is going to fill their shoes or who has potential to fill their shoes.
Potential is what the Titans show, including the new freshmen who have already made incredible contributions early on in the season.
You know what? I thought overall a lot of them did. A lot of growth was going on. Yeah, we had some freshmen that stepped up in the pitching area. With Cheyenne Piper did an excellent job in the pitching area as a freshman. We have Lily Jordan blasted 2 home runs for us down there, so that's nice to see from a freshman as well. So it was good. You know, we made some comments with the freshmen. They looked like seasoned veterans down there. They didn't seem as nervous. And, you know, as far as the upperclassmen, it gives them the chance to get their feet wet again.
With the old and new clicking, you pose the question, is the team still in the same position as last year?
You know, I hope we're not much different than last year. You always say, like, you never want to hit a rebuilding season. That's not what we're calling it. You know, everyone says reloading. But, you know, we do have shoes to fill, and we're not there yet. I don't think anyone ever is at the beginning of their season. It's a process.
It's early, and trust in the process is emphasized more than ever, and that is what former and present Titans have done throughout the years.
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the best parts of this program has been what the alumni have passed down from year to year, and the names you just mentioned, along with Mackenzie Lattez and Alyssa Stock, their leadership got passed down, and you said Sydney and Mia, and you know they have all definitely stepped into those leadership roles. I think a lot of the underclassmen, which I want to call like the sophomores and juniors, learned a lot last year, and I see them also passing the tradition down, if that's a word to use.
Passing the tradition down also means the energy, as the Titans never lacked that.
Of course, we're still in that process of seeing where we are and where we need to get, but we're jumping right into the fire with Geneva. You know, obviously we're hoping for positive things, but, you know, as they come, and we'll deal with them, and we want to end up in the same place we were.
No pressure for the Titans, as this is what Coach had to say about the preseason rankings.
Not at all. I'm not sure where we were picked last year, 3rd or 4th or whatever. I've never looked at where other teams think you should be at the beginning of the season. I don't want any of our players to look at that and have any type of chip on their shoulder. You know, we are who we are, and, you know, it's the best team's going to prevail at the end.
That's all for this segment of Prime Cuts. Make sure you guys head down on Friday, March 21st, to support the defending PAC champs as they have a doubleheader against Geneva and a home opener to start PAC play at 3:30 p.m., with the second game following up at 5:30. I am RJ Scott, and we will see you guys next week. And what a great segment by RJ Scott. I mean, I think he could do a little bit better. You know, he's kind of shaky. I don't know this guy, but he better figure it out. I just want to shout out Peyton Mel, you know, phenomenal guy, great partner, does a lot of work on the side. He's maybe not be on camera or whatever, but solid guy. I want to shout out Peyton Mel. But, Ken, heard we got something going on with some trivia. What do you think?
Yeah, we got a Dar Huey Trivia question coming up. Everybody's favorite segment, RJ.
Dude, I'm a little nervous. I mean, you know, every time I do this, I think I'm right, and I'm usually 100% wrong. And I don't got Mark Slazak to save me today, so we're going to have to see what this is looking like. So let's take a look at that. What historic venue did the 1934 Westminster basketball team play in? So let's slow this down. Let's take a quick look, all right? A, the LA Forum. B, Boston Garden. C, Madison Square Garden. D, Olympia Stadium. All right, Ken, I'll let you go first. I got to think for a second.
RJ, I'm being so humbled right now because I clearly don't know ball. I have no idea. I'm going to go with D, Olympia Stadium.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think Madison Square Garden's where all the wrestlers and stuff go. So I'm going to go with A, the LA Forum. Some West Coast guys. How about it? Let's take a look. And the answer, Dar Huey, if you see this episode or you end up listening, I promise I'm going to hit the field house. I'm going to get all my knowledge and go on a walk. I see you walking all the time. I am so sorry. Lack of ball knowledge right there.
RJ, you speak for both of us. Dar Huey, we apologize in advance. We clearly got to up our knowledge.
But since we're just so uneducated, let's get educated, as we have a Mural Minute done by Emily Tallis here on Titan Town Sports.
Welcome back to Mural Minute, a segment where we highlight the mural in the Westminster College Fieldhouse. We feature dynamic depictions of student athletes in action and their dedication and successes in Titan sports, while serving as an inspiring symbol of the Titan pride and a reminder of the rich history we have in Titan athletics. It was December 29th, 1934, when the Westminster College Titans made national basketball history not only by playing the first collegiate doubleheader in the Madison Square Garden, but by also upsetting the highly touted St. John's University 37-33. For many, that win has come to represent perhaps the biggest victory in Titan roundball history. But for those who would beg to differ, there are a lot of other choices to pick from throughout the years. For example, Westminster was able to document the most victories in the NAIA. Prior to Westminster's inaugural season in the NCAA in 1998 to 1999, the Titans were the all-time winningest program in the NAIA history with 1,299 wins.
Man, wow. Dude, this is stressing stuff. Oh,
RJ,
man.
we're live again.
Dude, you got to tell me when we get on cue, man. What's up with these guys running around telling no one about the cues, huh? Anyway, speaking of breaks, I need one to keep stretching, obviously. So we're going to take a quick minute PSA break for you guys, and we'll be right back with some more action on Titantown Sports.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to cisa.gov/secure-our-world.
And we are back after that PSA. Sorry about the stretching, guys. I'm sorry. It's just a lot going on, But anyway, Ken, a lot of things going on in the show. I mean, speaking of show, like in sports and stuff like that, the Steelers. What is going on?
RJ, I have no idea. I wish I was the GM to get my input out there, but...
Just on January 25th, you can find this article on ESPN. Art Rudy II said he was going to either sign Russ or Justin Fields. None of that happened. So now you guys are waiting on Aaron Rodgers. But we do have some good news, fortunately enough for you Steeler fans, as we have an Alumni Spotlight moment for Brett Loudon, as he is an alumni of Westminster. We had to take time to get an interview with him to see what he's been up to.
Director of Communications at the Pittsburgh Steelers and Westminster College alum, Bert Loughton is a big believer that a small school education provides fantastic opportunities.
So one of the lessons I learned was just because it's a small campus, small community, small class sizes, use that to your benefit. Don't use it as I'm just at Westminster, a small little school, in Western Pennsylvania. Use it as an avenue to, get your skills to what they need to be for the next position that you get.
Staying true to his Westminster roots, Loughton believes that everyone should be wearing the Westminster W wherever they go.
Well, that's one good thing about Westminster is like students like yourself, and I admire what you guys are doing with this sports show and everything, because again, there's little things that you'll learn that you'll utilize the rest of your career, and there's little things that you'll learn that, something that's just not going to fit in today's society, whether it's how you speak to people, how you go about networking, how you go about addressing yourself. But the one key thing is to make sure that no matter what, you wear that Westminster flag and pride that is on your shoulder and on your chest. That's like, hey, I'm from Westminster. If there's any other Westminster alum, use that pride and being, a Titan, and use it to your benefit, to be honest with you.
And just what a great segment right there. We always love to see what our alumni are doing. Ken, what did you take away?
Honestly, he's kind of got my dream job coming out of a small school right here in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania, working for the Pittsburgh Steelers. As much as us obnoxious fans have to say about the organization about RJ, I know it's got to be a tough job.
It is a tough job indeed, but Bert Loudon makes it look easy. We are proud of him, and sure as he's proud of us, as he was in the same spot as us once upon a time. But learning things, speaking of, we took a moment to look at Emily learning lacrosse. She got to go down with the women's lacrosse team. They're in a hot start so far, 5-1, and let's take a look at what she got done.
I'm Emily Tallis. I'm here with Gavin Jones, Jonas Clark, Jeff Worsley, and Coach Anthony Accardi, and I'm going to be learning how to play lacrosse.
You usually want to use the length of your stick, right? Because it's an extension of So you hold it down here, hands about shoulder width apart. You always want to have your stick up in the passing lanes. And then, so say if I'm approaching Jonas who has the ball, I'm going to be on his upfield shoulder, and you break down, you just get your stick out. Use your stick to dictate which way he wants to go, so whichever way he wants to go. He dodges right. Stick here on his hips. Push him out. Don't let him to the middle of the field where he obviously would score.
He was in another game yesterday, though.
I don't know. Dodge, Jonas.
Oh,
yeah, and you just
Like
kind of,
that,
just
and then I
yeah, and you just
like-
kind of like smack
and
the
then
ball,
I just,
yeah, just
like that, and then I'll try to get it out of your hand, basically.
Guard sale.
So I'm like already a pro.
pretty much.
I was just like, what?
Yeah, just like that.
Just kind of like push you, like with the stick, and then
smack it, yeah.
No specifics, but you kind of want to be like as close to the center. Usually I like to kind of be coming over the top here, because as I'm running, the goal's getting bigger. I have all, the 6x6 to shoot at. And I get right here, I can go anywhere. I can go, back pipe, near pipe, high, low. The goalie's going to have no idea. Yeah, yep, exactly. Come over the top, bang.
is there whenever you shoot, is there like a specific spot you try to go for, or does it just depend on the goalie?
Yeah, so it kind of depends on the goalie. So if you think about it, if the goalie's a righty, he'd be kind of standing in the net like this. So you kind of want to go like off hip. This is like the farthest spot for him to get to.
Yeah.
If it's a lefty, it'd be the opposite. So if you kind of scout out the goalies, see what they, what hand they are, and then some of them have tendencies. If you drop your hands low, they like to follow. Some goalies will drop, so then you shoot it high. Drop your hands low, shoot it high. Other goalies, they'll just stay big the whole time, so you can shoot it low at their feet. They're going to be slower to get there. So yeah, it's just kind of watching film on all the goalies, seeing where their weak spots are, and taking advantage of it. Boom! Oh, there you go. Jeff. You need to learn how to catch too.
Yeah.
Boom.
Put me in.
Oh, we're on the hot streak.
Oh gosh.
Better than our stars are.
All right, that's all for this week on Emily Learns Sports. So thank you guys for helping me out, and we'll see you when I have another sport to do.
What a great segment, Emily Tallis, right there. Phenomenal segment. I mean, I enjoyed it, obviously. You, Kenny?
Yeah, RJ, I can't talk too much. I really don't know lacrosse as well as I should. Maybe I'm going to have to do a segment like that next.
It's very fun to see when people get out of their comfort zone, to say the least. But speaking of men's lacrosse, their next game is March 22nd at Manhattanville up in New York. So they'll be taking a road trip, to say the least. And also speaking about lacrosse, women's lacrosse is 5-1, a very, very hot start as they continue that. And Julia Ravaggio just eclipsed 100 points very recently, and we're very proud of her. And very happy, to say the least, for the women's lacrosse team as they just keep firing through the schedule. But up next, we have another PSA for you guys. So we'll take a quick break here on Titantown Sports and be right back out with you.
As fans, you always show up big.
You drive hours to away games.
Brave 0-degree weather.
You go all out. Now, it's time to show up just as big for our country.
And that starts with registering to vote.
The average time to register is literally 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
It's not just our game that needs us.
Our country and local communities do too. Let's get it.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
Welcome back to Titantown Sports. I'm RJ Scott here with Ken Momeyer, and that was just a quick break that we take. But now, to segue into some high school sports, some local action, to say the least. We have a lot of good news locally. Starting off with Neshannock, Shannick is ranked number 19 so far in top 25 high school softball rankings for Max Preps. They jumped up 4 spots as they were ranked number 23 previously, and it's really good to see that as they had an unbeaten season last year and they won states as well. They look to continue on that success, and they have a phenomenal program as we get some of those softball players here at Westminster. And Ken?
Yeah, of course. Also speaking locally, Wilmington High School football, the football stadium is being renamed to Varelli Stadium on July 1st of 2025. 40-year head coach, Coach Fillion, has 314 wins, one of just 15 in PA high school state history with over 300 career wins in their career.
Yeah, and that takes place July 1st this summer, 2025. So hopefully everyone that's in the local area could be there because that is just a phenomenal accolade to have. I mean, Coach Varelli has been a staple of this community forever. Coach Fillion even said, it's a very special moment for the school community, especially with times like this. As Coach Varelli's only getting older, we have to acknowledge legends now because you never want to be too late on stuff like that. So once again, congratulations to Coach Varelli. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, as Gary Swanson says, we kind of get stuck in a Westminster bubble here, but a lot of local high school teams succeeding in multiple different sports, always good to see. That's
what we're here to bring you guys on Titantown Sports. And, we would just like to say thank you guys for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed. Welcome back, like I said, from spring break. Hopefully you knock off all those blues because now it's back to work time as we have to do here. And like we said, thank you for watching, and that is all.
This is Anthony Cardi, head men's lacrosse coach. Thank you for watching Titantown Sports. See you next week.
How you doing, outros?
I know, you never know.